Hi guys, this is Susan. Welcome to my channel. I am going to jump right into this. The painting I will be doing today, I'm calling it striations, and they're just stripes of color, and then I put doodles on them. So we'll be using colors from Daniel Smith, and I'm using rose, phthalo blue, lavender, Payne's gray, moon glow, shadow violet, and opera by Holbein. And here you can see I'm starting to lay down the color here. What I did was I mixed up some bowls of water with some color in it, and I'm applying with a size 12 round brush, and it's a little light, and I end up going over these colors to make them considerably darker, as you could see in the first photograph. So here I'm just picking another color, and leave a space in between your colors. Just lay down a line. It doesn't have to be perfect, but what we want to get here is a little bit of, you see I'm putting the water up against it here, so that makes it kind of flood down into the water, creating some additional shapes. And leave some white bits in there. You don't have to cover every scrap of your paper. You want to have some contrast. So these lines I will lay down, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's about 10 different layers here. And some of them I go over to darken. So here's my little pot of water with color in it, and that's phthalo blue. So I'm going to use that mixed with probably some moon glow, darken it up a bit. And let's do a line across here. So I'm doing a little thinner here. Let's see what happens. And see, it's not a dead straight line. I mean, you can do straight lines. I'm not crazy about straight lines myself. I like them a little wiggly. So I'm just putting a little bit of color here and there, and then I'll wash my brush off and come in with clean water. And there we go. That's just water on my brush, and that will make the color kind of ooze down. I like this technique because you can kind of like play with your colors. I have some I have done with rainbow colors, and this one I'm staying on one side of the color wheel. So you just your blues, your pinks, and purples. Now I'm going back over top of this one because it was just too light for my taste. And then we go, I'm adding a little bit more rose to this one here. At the end of the video, we will be putting Posca pens and different kinds of pens. You can use pencils, whatever you can get your hands on to make marks on these things. And if you're having trouble trying to find ideas for doodles, go on Pinterest. Man, there's so much stuff on there. It's just awesome. You get lots of great ideas. Okay, I've let it dry a little bit. I'm going in with a bit more color and a straighter line. And this is a bit more purple. Here I think I added some Payne's gray to my purple. And you see I'm leaving lots of little gaps. And the reason for that is when I start putting in the Posca pen, I like to draw around the gaps and make designs. Now I'm adding some more of the deep rose in there at the base of this one. Also, pick your paper up and tip it so that the watercolor flows in the opposite direction, or wherever you want it to flow to. I always like to move my watercolor around. You'll see that when I'm working on anything. I turn things upside down, sideways, all over the place. So here we are with a clean brush, water on it, and I'm dragging down some more of that color. And then I'm going to put another color on there. It looks like moon glow with a bit of blue in it. Just keep going, keep adding your lines. And I want to thank you for watching my video, and subscribe if you like what you see. It would mean a great deal to me. I'm hoping in the near future I can put the long videos up on Patreon, so you can have the option of going and watching the entire thing from start to finish. This video is a bit long. It's 43 minutes. So I will have chapters in here, so if you need to skip ahead. I know myself, I like to watch people's art videos on YouTube, and sometimes I like to see the whole thing. Sometimes you just pick up little tips here and there, and it's nice. So here I'm doing a close-up of the lines. I'm going back in and putting some dark over top. Okay, I'm going to fast forward this next little section, but you get the drift. All right, here I have my gold pen, and I picked an area which I thought had some high contrast. It was fairly dark, a Payne's gray with bits of purple in it. And I'm just putting dots on there. I can't find the gold. Let's see. Oh, here it is. Okay, so it is a gold Peebo acrylic marker, and they work really well. Okay, I've sped this up because it's a little boring watching somebody make dots. Let's see. Now, I'm using the paintbrush. I had problems with the Peebo pen, and when I shook it and squirted, you press it up and down on your desk, it squirted a bunch of ink out. So there we go. I'm using a tiny brush. So here I'm doing dots with a fat Posca pen. And like I said earlier, if you have trouble figuring out designs to do, go to Pinterest, look up Doodles, and I'm going to flash you my phone in a second here, and it'll give you some examples. One of my favorite is the Aborigine Doodles. Man, their work is just amazing. So I've got dots and a different kind of dashes, and I did some stripes with an acrylic, fine-tipped acrylic pen. And here I'm just doing some lines with some Payne's gray. It doesn't look like much at this point. This is the ugly stage. There's always an ugly stage. And it gets better. And if you're like me, it's like I'll be painting something and I'll go, oh gosh, this is not so great. But you gotta just punch fear in the face and go for it. Okay, I must be grabbing my phone here. There we go. So that one shows some doodles there. And this one, well, you can hardly see it on my phone. Oh, there's the Aborigine. I love that stuff. There you go. So just go to Pinterest. It's an awesome resource. Okay, so now I have a smaller Posca pen, which is a size 1. It's a PC3M. And what I experienced on here, which was a bit frustrating, you see it's going on nice and bright and white. Well, after a few seconds, it sunk into the watercolor paper. So I'm not sure if it was the quality of the watercolor paper I was using or what the deal was. But I had to go over this 3 times to make the lines stand out. It was rather frustrating. I don't think I've had that happen before. There we go, turn your page, and now I'm laying down a little bit more color over top of a color I already did. So you can take the same color, so if you lay down a light layer and you can go over it again and leave bits of the underlayer showing, and it will be a great design. Now here I have a micron pen. I think it is a size 3. I'm not too sure. I used 2 of them on this, a size 8 and a size 3. So on the white stripe that I left without paint, there you go, I'm just doing little lines all the way across. There we go. Fast forward really helps. Add a few more little lines. They refer to it as mark making. I refer to it as doodling. Now you can see here I'm going through the little gaps and drawing some lines. I'm using, I think, some black. Yeah, so I'm using the black micron pen. And I like to outline some of my stripes too. It makes them more interesting. And just do some squiggly lines with your black pen. All right, here's the finale. This is what it looks like, all finished. And I hope you've enjoyed this. And if you have any questions, please put them down in the comments. I will try to put all the tools that I used in my affiliate links. So if you need to get one, you can just jump right to it. And don't forget to subscribe. I thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye bye for now.